Welcome to your mathematics class, dear students. Yes, I'm back again with yet another class for you. And in the last class, we had learned an angle and different types of angles. And in today's class, we will going to study about complementary angles, supplementary angles, adjacent angles, linear pair of angles, vertically opposite angles, corresponding angles, alternate angles, angle of elevation, angle of depression. Oh no, so many angles, no? Okay, let us study one by one. The first one is complementary angle. Yes, complementary angles. If two angles are complementary when they add up to 90 degrees. I mean a right angle. Here in this picture, two angles are formed, isn't it? That is angle AOD and angle BOD. And sum of these two angles is 90 degree. Now here angle BOD is 60 degree and angle AOD is 30 degree. So if I add these two angles, I will get sum as 90 degree. So these angles are complementary angles. That is angle AOD and angle BOD are complementary angles. But the angles don't have to be together. Yes, I hope you understood. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಇಲ್ಲ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟರಿ ಆಂಗಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ. ಐ ಮೀನ್ OD ಮತ್ತೆ BOD ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದೇ ಸೈಡ್ OD ಅನ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಎರಡೂ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಇದೆ OD ಅನ್ನೋದು. ಸೊ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಇರ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಬೇರೆ ರೀತಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಆಂಗಲ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಇದ್ರೂ ಇರಬಹುದು. ಅದು ಒಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಸಮ್ 90 ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಆದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟರಿ ಆಂಗಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. ಹೇಗೆ ನೋಡುವ. ಎಸ್, ಹಿಯರ್ ಯು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವಿಂಗ್ two angles, isn't it? Angle ABC and angle DEF. Here angle ABC is 20 degree and angle DEF is 70 degree. If I add these two angles, I will get sum as 90 degree. No? Okay. Now I am going to change this angle ABC like this. So here now angle ABC becomes 50 degree. No? So if I want to get 90 degree, then angle DEF should be 40 degree, isn't it? You know that 50 degree plus 40 degree is 90 degree. So these two angles are complementary to each other. Means these two angles are complementary angles. Angle ABC is 50 degree and angle DEF is 40 degree. And again I am going to change this angle DEF. It becomes 90 degree. Yes, here. Yes, 90 degree. Now the angle ACB should be, yes, should be 0 degree. No, some should be become 90 degree for complementary angles, isn't it? And again now I am going to change this as 60 degree. Now the angle ABC becomes 30 degree. So complementary angles are formed when two angles add up to 90 degree. Okay children, are you understood? Now here is one activity for you. You should copy this activity sheet in your notebook and find the value of x in each angle. Yes, one is done for you here. Here this angle is 30 degree and you have to find this remaining angle x. So you know that this angle, full angle is 90 degree, isn't it? So this angle they given is 30 degree. You have to minus this 30 degree from total 90 degree. At that time you get the angle, remaining angle x, isn't it? So when we subtract this 30 degree from 90 degree, we will get 60 degree. So the value of x is 60 degree. Like that you have to do the rest of figures here. here you have to find the value of x. This angle is 45 degree and here this angle is 12 degree, and again here this angle is 12 degree and you have to find the value of x here. Yes, in C the value of this angle is 32 degree and here the value of x value of this angle is 8 degree and you have to find the value of x here. Okay children. Okay, next let us move on to the other angle, that is supplementary angle. Yes, two angles are supplementary when they add up to 180 degree. Here, you are watching that 120, this angle is 120 degree and this is 60 degree. If I add these two angles, I will going to get some 180 degree, isn't it? So, supplementary angles are when they add up to 180 degree. Two angles are supplementary when they add up to 180 degree. Here, notice that together they make a straight angle, that is 180 angles. So these angles are supplementary angles. Here also, like complementary angles, the angles don't have to be together. Yes, illu kuda ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಇರಬೇಕಂತ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಆಗಿಯೂ ಕೂಡ ಸಮ್ 180 ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಕಾಮನ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಅನ್ನ ಎರಡು ಆಂಗಲ್ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಓಕೆ, ಲೆಟ್ ಮಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಇಟ್ ಅಗೈನ್. Yes, here the angle ABC is 29 degree and angle DEF is 151 degree. If I add these two angles, I will get sum as 180 degree, no? Yes. Now I am going to change this angle ABC. Yes, it becomes 48 degree. Observe the other angle DEF. It becomes 132 to make the sum as 180 degree, isn't it? So these type of angles we called it as a supplementary angles because the sum becomes the sum of two angles becomes 180 degree. Again I am going to change this angle DEF as 160 degree. Observe the other angle ABC. It becomes 20 degree. Why? Yes, because the sum should be 180 degree, no? So this angle, while this DEF becomes 160 degree, automatically ABC becomes 20 degree. So the sum becomes 180 degree. So if we add up the two angles, the sum becomes 180 degree. Then these two angles we called this as a supplementary angles. I hope you understood, children. Now let us move on to the next angle, that is adjacent angles. Yes, here in this picture you are observing one building, isn't it? And in this building 4 houses are there, 1 2 3 4, like this, and these houses are adjacent to each other. No? How these houses are adjacent to each other? These houses were, yes, these two houses sharing a common wall here, isn't it? This wall is common to both the houses, and also like this wall is common to both these two houses. Again, similarly, this wall is common to both these houses, isn't it? So we call these houses as adjacent houses, isn't it? ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ adjacent ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು? ಒಂದು ಕಾಮನ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ. Like that, if two angles share a common side, then we call those angles as adjacent angles. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಎರಡು angles ಗೆ ಒಂದೇ ಸೈಡ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು adjacent angles ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. Okay, let me explain it now. Yes, you have also studied about adjacent angles in the earlier classes. Two angles are adjacent if they have a common vertex, a common arc, and their non-common arms are on different sides of the common arc. You understood? Yes. Let me explain now. Here, angle AOC and angle BOC and angle AOB these two angles are adjacent angles. Yes, here a ray OB is common arm and point O is the common vertex. Here a ray OC and a ray OA are non-common arms. Moreover, when two angles are adjacent, then their sum is always equal to the angle formed by the two non-common arms. So we can write angle AOC is equal to angle BOC plus angle AOB. ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಎರಡು angles ಅನ್ನ adjacent angles ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ if they have a common vertex, ಒಂದು common vertex ಇರಬೇಕು. Here this common vertex is O and a common arm. Yes, here common arm, that is OB. This OB is common to angle BOC and angle BOA ಅಲ್ವಾ? BOC ಅನ್ನುವಾಗಲೂ angle BOC ಅನ್ನುವಾಗಲೂ OB ಅನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ angle BOA ಅನ್ನುವಾಗಲೂ ಈ OB ರೇ ಕಾಮನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. So this is common to both the angles and their common arms are non-common arms are and their non-common arms are non-common arms ಅಂದ್ರೆ OC ಮತ್ತೆ OA ಇದೆರಡು ಕೂಡ on different sides of the common arm. Common arm ನ ಎರಡು ಆಚೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಈಚೆ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ common arm ಇರಬೇಕು, ಆಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅದನ್ನ adjacent angles ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. Okay, so can we say angle AOC is equal to this angle AOC is equal to angle BOC plus angle AOB, isn't it? ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು ಅಲ್ವಾ? AOC ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ AOB ಮತ್ತೆ BOC ಯ sum ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. Note that angle AOC and angle BOC, AOC and angle BOC are not adjacent angles. Alva, adjacent angles alla. Why? Because their non-common arms OB ಮತ್ತೆ OA lie on the same side of the common arm OC. Alva? AOC ಮತ್ತೆ BOC ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು ಅಡ್ಜಸೆಂಟ್ ಆಂಗಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ OC ಅನ್ನೋದು ಕಾಮನ್ ಆರ್ಮ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, ಕಾಮನ್ ಆರ್ಮ್, ಬಟ್ ಕಾಮನ್ ಆರ್ಮ್ ನ ಒಂದೇ ಬದಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ ಯಾವುದು? ನಾನ್ ಕಾಮನ್ ಆರ್ಮ್ಸ್. ನಾನ್ ಕಾಮನ್ ಆರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಯಾವ್ದು ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ? OB ಮತ್ತೆ OA ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಇದೆರಡು ಕೂಡ ಕಾಮನ್ ಆರ್ಮ್ OC ಯ ಒಂದೇ ಬದಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ. ಬಟ್ OB ಅನ್ನೋದು ಈಚೆ ಸೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ರೆ OC ಯ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಅಡ್ಜಸೆಂಟ್ ಆಂಗಲ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಬಟ್ ಈಗ ಅದು ಅಡ್ಜಸೆಂಟ್ ಆಂಗಲ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಅಡ್ಜಸೆಂಟ್ ಆಂಗಲ್ಸ್ ಈಗ? ಆಂಗಲ್ AOB ಮತ್ತೆ ಆಂಗಲ್ BOC. Understood, children? Okay, let me move on. In your daily life you come across many situations where you can find these adjacent angles. Yes, in these pictures you are observing some adjacent angles are formed. I marked this. Yes, in the pizza and in the sweet lemon and in between the minute and the second handle of this clock and in between the spokes of this bicycle, yes, some adjacent angles are formed. Children, here is one activity for you. You have to collect these types of pictures where you can find adjacent angles like this. Okay, now let us move on to our next concept, that is linear pair of angles. Children, in this figure, can we say these two angles, that is angle AOB and angle BOC, are adjacent angles? Yes, these two angles are adjacent angles because these two angles are sharing a common arm OB, isn't it? And so these two angles are adjacent angles. And also they are supplementary, isn't it? These two angles are supplementary because if I add this 140 degree and 40 degree, it becomes 180 degree, isn't it, children? So these are supplementary also. These type of angles we call it as a linear pair of angles. If two angles that are adjacent and supplementary, then they are linear pair of angles. I hope you understood, children. Okay, let us move on to our next concept. You are seeing one picture on the screen. Yes, two pencils are kept crossed and the letter X here. In these two pictures, can you identify any lines? If you imagine these pencils as lines, then it going to be like this, no? Yes, these type of lines, we call it as intersecting lines. So, intersecting lines are two lines that share exactly one point. Yes, here these two lines are sharing exactly one point. Here X is this shared point is called the point of intersection. Here X is called as point of intersection. Now observe, when two lines get intersected, some angles are formed in between these two rays. No, yes, 1, 2, 3, 4 angles are formed. These type of angles we called it as a vertically opposite angles. So vertically opposite angles are formed when two lines, say AB and CD, this AB and CD intersect each other, say at the point O. Here O is the point of intersection. Here, now observe, two pairs of vertically opposite are formed. Yes, one pair is angle AOD and angle BOC. Yes, can you find the other pair? Yes, that is angle BOD and angle AOC, isn't it? These two are the vertically opposite angles. I hope you understood, children. This much is enough in this class. And angle of elevation and angle of depression. Yes, you will be going to study these type of angles in 10th standard. And in the next class, we will going to study more about pairs of angles. Okay, children. Thank you.